What's going on, guys? Just pulled up here to the new office. Excited, got some of the stuff. We're gonna make it look beautiful in there. I love aesthetics, I love vibes, and we're gonna have the best vibe on YouTube. So last week we actually had a webinar that went really good. It was on Wednesday, and so we're actually gonna start doing that every Wednesday. So all you gotta do is subscribe. I'll put a link. Never done this, so let's put the link right here, and I'll put it right there, and so you guys press subscribe, and then you guys will get notified whenever we have another webinar. It's going to always be over fundamentals, so you're going to be able to stay up on what's happening fundamentally. Remember, you're going to be an informed trader. Technical analysis, a lot of you guys max out at that. It's not good, okay? It's another level. Other than that, we are going to make, this is going to be a money market breakdown. Just going to show you guys me shipping some of the stuff in. We had a trade of the week last week that did amazing, GBP JPY. Go watch it for yourself. Forecasted a break down to another retracement level, and then boom. Very simple. Hopefully we'll do it again. So I'm gonna just show you guys me shoveling some of this shit into the office. Gonna go get a fish tank, and then maybe that'll put the icing on the office cake. So other than that, let's try to make some money this week. Talk to you guys soon. And I have rugs. This office is going to be a little bit more arduous than I expected. I can see why interior design is a profession. We have a couch that's coming in about 10 days, and we have a chair that's going to be here on Thursday, but we're not going to even be here on Thursday. We're actually going down to Miami, so if you guys are in Miami, the firm and I, we're going to probably go our own way, because it is a little bit of a fun trip, but a little bit of business as well. So if you guys are in Miami, let's totally link up. But other than that, let's push out this money market breakdown. This week is absolutely packed with fundamentals, and these catalysts could give us that direction that we need on that Aussie. It could break out of that 106 level for the euro. I'm very surprised that we're still holding $1.06. And obviously we can see that GBP crash down below that Article 50 low. Okay, so we got Trump, we got unemployment claims, Trump being elected. We have unemployment claims. We have Miss Theresa May. She's speaking, Prime Minister of Great Britain. So we have a lot of big fundamentals coming out, all right? And let's hope to use those catalysts to aid our directional bias, and use the Monday market breakdown every Monday to give you guys that directional bias, to give you some certainty in where you should be taking these markets. All right, so we're going to pull over into the charts. We're going to go over our three pairs, Euro, Aussie, and GBP, but we have a trade of the week again, which is the Euro GBP. All right, so hopefully that trade can play out very well. It is at my sweet spot in terms of Fibonacci. So let's pull over into the charts and check it out and see if we can catch any pips this week, okay? Alright traders, let's pull over into these charts and see what we have for this week adding up. Now, very impressively, this euro decided to hold these levels, this 05, this 06 level, okay? And if you guys look at the Monday market breakdown last week, alright, I proclaimed that we could push up into that 38.2, okay? Now, the market was very volatile last week. Look at that direction. As a day trader, you really didn't have a lot of amazing moves unless you were really doing any kind of retracement bound trading, where you were maybe catching the market at a high and selling it back down to the lows, aka range bound trading. But other than that, in terms of breakouts, the one true good breakout we had was this breakout of structure here from this low here at 05 back up into the highs there, okay? So, and right now we're holding these levels. And so with all the news that we have coming up, there could absolutely be some dollar weakness, okay? As I mentioned last week, Donald Trump has made it really hard for this Euro USD to sell off, okay? A lot of the traders that were long US dollar, a lot of these long funds, a lot of these US-based long funds that want to buy US strength have yet been able to, based off of what Trump does, like what he doesn't have, okay? There is no concrete plan. Literally today, he talked about how there will be health care for everyone, but he has never given any details, okay? So you have a lot of scared investors, you have a lot of wary traders that are exiting these markets, and that could give us an immense amount of US weakness back up into these levels here, okay? So I'm still by Euro USD. I'm still by Euro USD. I was by Euro USD last week. And I'm buying buy Euro USD right now. I think we've held the level. I think we could buy up and break out of this level and pop up into these highs here. Okay, and especially since this has happened, guys, all that this spike in price action here, regardless of it being a liquid market activity back when it happened, all that is going to do is give causation for people to proclaim that this can be a level that they can buy the market up to. If this didn't exist, okay, then yes, we'd have a much higher likelihood of a sell. But guys, traders aren't wary to sell the market to buy the market up into these highs. You have people that will be profit taking in these levels here, okay? And so remember what noise does. Noisy price action allows the market to push around to different levels, and that's what's going to happen in this scenario. All right, so we could definitely see that Euro USD buy up. Now, if you want to sell it off, again, if you want to sell this Euro USD off, you're selling right now. You're selling right now. Okay. The market was really volatile to put in any kind of buys in terms of a retracement-based buy, or you wanted the market to come to a high, pull back, and get in. But if you were to do that, you would have wanted to do that right here in this zone that I mentioned last week. Last week I said you could come down. This market could come down and penetrate this level here, and you could buy up. Okay, but I'm not in that move. You're probably not in that move. So as of right now, it's amazing. This is a fairly good selling opportunity. If you're a little bit more risk adverse, if you're a little less risk adverse, then you want to be selling up here, which means we can have a buy. Okay. Moving over to the Aussie dollar, immense run up. As you guys know, we have been tracking this gold like a hawk. Okay. Look at the last run up here that we had today. We pushed all the way up. Remember, I was saying that, hey, maybe we can get a turnaround here, this 23.6. We blew past that, okay? And that's why you see, boom, we're all the way up here in these highs at this 61.8. I cannot believe the Aussie's at 75 cents. That is amazing to me, okay? So, again, hey, Aussie, as long as gold continues its trek upwards, if I go back over and see where gold has structure, we're in the highest level of structure for gold. This 1200 area. Okay. Obviously, guys, that next zone is in the 1250s, but you know, gold has to have some kind of pullback. And looking at it, it seems as if we could see this thing float up into the 1220s to the 1250s before we see any kind of reversal. So, you know, as badly as we want to sell this Aussie dollar, it seems like we're not going to get it until gold figures out what it wants to do in terms of a sell. Okay, so we need to get some profit takers inside gold. Now, in this coming webinar, I'll be talking about why gold is having its run up, and it is absolutely being manipulated by the Chinese market. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But other than that, I would love to sell this gold. I would love to sell this Aussie off, but guys, until we get that sell signal on gold, then we really can't do much. So as of right now, let's just hold off on this position. Let's come back Wednesday and see where we're at. Obviously, if anything pops off, if you're in our live room, I'm going to alert you and let you know. But if you're just, you know, receiving this via, you know, Facebook or YouTube, then hey, you won't be able to talk to me until Wednesday. Okay. GBP USD, amazingly, as always, the gap has been filled. Right, those are always some fairly highly probable trades, and so the gap is filled. And I would like to see this thing push up into the low 22s. We could definitely see this thing push up into the low 22s. And remember, guys, if we get that U.S. strength, there's no reason why we can't come up into the 23s. All right. So I'm forecasting we could come up into the 23s this week. Honestly, we have the election on the 20th, and if Donald Trump does what Donald Trump does, which is absolutely nothing, then absolutely we should see this market run up into these highs. So I'm long GBP USD this week. I'm holding this Aussie, and I'm long Euro. Okay. And again, yes, same thing with the Aussie. If Donald Trump does something that's pretty fucked up, guys, we can see the Aussie run up too. But the most highly probable situations right now for our three is this GBP USD and that Euro USD. Okay. So another thing, guys, we had a trade of the week last week. Want to catch you guys up on that trade of the week. It went very, very, very well. You guys know that this was our level that we wanted to short it down from, and we hit off on that. It took around 3 or 4 days, but we hit right off on that 38.2. Now you guys know I probably caught around 30 or 40 pips, but we did have some people that were able to ride that thing all the way down for the full 200. Okay, I love when the other top traders do better than me. It makes me very amused. But obviously, look at that, amazing. We gapped down, and we're now at that 50. So again, the risk adverse position was to be at that 38.2, but you could have been a little bit risky and still would have been within any kind of risk management parameters and been able to hit off on that 50 very easily. That was not far reaching at all. All right, I was just a little bit more adamant in terms of taking profits, so that's why I got stopped out for profit. But if I would have calmed down a little bit, we would have saw that thing come to the 50. Okay, so our trade of the week this week, guys, when I give it if I was to give this GBP JPY a 1 out of 10, folks, it would have been a 9. All right, it was very, very probable. But our new trade of the week is this Euro JPY. All right, so this Euro JPY, again, we could see some Euro strength come in from all the news coming in this week. So if we see any Euro strength come in, I would love to see this thing do what? Pop down to the 38.2. Now, depending on where you draw your swings, you're almost in this position. Okay, if you draw your swing from this low to the high, then it already broke your 23.6. But for me, I'd feel a little bit safer if I saw this thing get to the 120.50s. If I see this get to the 120.50s, then I would love to get in this position for a short. All right, so that's our trade of the week. We'll see what happens. Again, I need this to add up in terms of price action, so I want to see some 4-hour closes, some daily closes in this zone, and then that would give me some confirmation to sell it off. So this isn't me saying, hey, I'm going to sell it off this week. This is me saying, hey, if this happens, then I'm going to sell it off this week. So if I get some 4-hour closes, then I'll sell it off this week. So we got to track it and make sure it does what we want it to do before we get in a position, okay? So, guys, look, a lot coming up, a whole lot coming up for top traders, for the rookies, and for MotiveFX. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It's a must, because every time I put out a webinar, you guys will get a push notification and come on in and have some fun with us and talk some fundamentals, okay? Other than that, folks, your profit is my motive. Let's execute this week and see what we get. All right, talk soon.